Hi again, it's the medical massage lady here with another video about massage therapy. And today I am going to be talking about how massage can help with anyone going through the grieving process. As you'll know, if you've seen the video on the psychological and emotional benefits of massage, grief is certainly one of the benefits that you can, experience. It's probably more beneficial if it's started in the early stages of the grieving process, usually say in the first 6 months. But if it's later than that, it doesn't matter. It can still be just as good for you. And basically, it can just help that person to really move forward through the grieving process by just providing a very gentle but holistic, support in terms of their mind, body, and spirit. I think what a lot of people don't understand about grief is that it's not just a psychological or emotional issue. Yes, you have the emotional and mental and spiritual pain that comes with a loss, but there's actually also quite a large physical aspect to the grief process, and I think a lot of people find that quite unexpected when it happens to them. If you have suffered a loss, you are going to be more prone to aches and pains, sore shoulders, headaches, pain around the jaw, sleeping problems, changes in appetite, general fatigue and irritability, and reduced energy levels. So yeah, it's a bit of a physical issue as well, which a lot of even therapists don't realize. So I would say to you, if you are going to try out massage therapy through your grieving process, again, just look for a therapist that has had some experience with this, so that you can get the best outcome, really. I think there's a lot of, reluctance by therapists. They're not quite sure how to deal with grief when it comes to providing a treatment. There's a lot of therapists out there that still have no idea what to do, if a client bursts into tears on the table, or, they kind of want to just pry into that person's life, which, isn't really what you want when you're laying on a massage table. It should really be just left. The client can open up if and when they are ready to, and that's part of the point of having a massage during this time. We have to understand loss is just, unfortunately, a natural part of the human experience. It affects everyone at one time or another. And, as horrible as it is, it should be embraced just as much as happiness is. And so when we give massage treatments through this sort of basic human need for physical touch, what massage does is it just tells that person going through the grief that it's okay to, feel and experience whatever it is that you're feeling in that moment, and to just provide reassurance and a safe and private setting for them to, feel those emotions. The therapist is really just a neutral person that is there for the client to confide in and trust with their emotions at that particular time. Sometimes when we're going through some sort of emotional issue, it can be quite difficult to really open up and be vulnerable, in front of those that are closest to us. So sometimes just in the sort of safe and private environment with a massage therapist, people just find that a little bit easier to kind of find that, release of emotions. While massage won't alleviate the overwhelming sadness and feelings of hopelessness that are associated with bereavement, it will just allow the person to feel more physically relaxed and a little less anxious and depressed. It will help alleviate some of those physical issues that we spoke about at the beginning of this video, and just have a restorative effect on the nervous system, providing respite and strength for the body, amid, this sort of emotional and spiritual pain. So basically, the way that massage can do this is it all surrounds the good old fight or flight response again, and the ability of massage to reduce release of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and promote release of those feel-good endorphins, things like your serotonin, your dopamine, and your oxytocin, which will enhance mood and just give you a bit more of that feel-good factor. Sometimes if you're having physical discomfort, that makes it a lot harder for someone to really just relax and even try to process all the emotions that you're going through. But if you can relax, if you can release some of that muscle tension and acknowledge these emotions without being distracted by aches and pains, then you can start to really deal more effectively with the loss that you've suffered. Quite often, something to be aware of is that grieving patients will be more sensitive to pressure. And so a firm sports massage or deep tissue can really be quite overwhelming, and it can actually make the client quite sore. So, and it will also probably increase the potential for release of those emotions, probably a bit too much. So massage for the grieving client would therefore be a lot slower, a lot lighter, even than sometimes the normal Swedish massage. But one other kind of massage that can be particularly beneficial to those that are grieving is abdominal massage, because anxiety and grief can really cause pain to build up around this center point of the body. So massaging around the solar plexus and the sacral chakras will really just encourage more deeper breathing, help promote self-esteem, confidence, optimism, and start to bring in feelings of happiness, which will allow the client to relax and just open up and be able to trust again in the future. So yeah, this is how massage can help with the grieving client. As I say, it's good to start it, in the first 6 weeks if possible, as much as you might not feel like it. And certainly don't ever feel embarrassed that you might cry, because, your therapist is going to understand. As I say, we just provide that space for you to be able to process these emotions. So definitely one to consider if you are going through a difficult time like this now. You can always contact me. There's a link here for my Facebook and Instagram. If you want to make an appointment or want more information, please do feel free to message me. But for now, it's goodbye from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.